The broadcast control room froze the moment the screen locked up, showing the reporter's terrified eyes staring into the camera, as if begging millions of viewers to understand something he no longer had time to say. For 10 whole seconds, America watched without blinking, and no one knew those would be the final moments of his life. What happened next would shake the entire nation, expose secrets buried for years, and leave a message that would echo long after the cameras stopped rolling. Ethan Walker believed one thing with his whole heart. The truth deserves to be seen. He wasn't a celebrity or a star reporter, but everyone at Channel 7 News knew him as the guy who would chase a story even when others backed away. Under the bright American newsroom lights, Ethan's voice stayed steady, even on the nights when his hands were shaking. That morning seemed ordinary. Ethan was assigned to cover a small protest outside an old, shut-down chemical plant on the outskirts of Cleveland. Nothing dangerous. Nothing dramatic. But when Ethan arrived, something felt off. No other news crews had shown up. The protesters looked anxious, whispering to one another, constantly turning to check their surroundings. Ethan went live anyway. His tone was calm, professional. But inside, something twisted in his gut. A nervous older man stepped forward, grabbed Ethan's arm, and whispered shakily, "If they find out we talked, they'll silence us." Ethan blinked. Who? Why? He didn't get the chance to ask. A sharp metallic crash echoed from inside the plant. The cameraman looked at Ethan with fear, but Ethan motioned for him to keep rolling. Ethan pushed open the heavy rusted door. A blast of cold air rushed out, carrying the smell of chemicals and decay. Still broadcasting live, he stepped inside. The camera followed him into the darkness as the protesters yelled behind them, begging him not to go. Something moved in the shadows. Ethan stopped. Viewers across America leaned in. The screen glitched. Once. Twice. And then, one final frozen frame. Ethan's wide, terrified eyes staring directly into the camera, as if he had crossed a line he was never supposed to see. Then the broadcast cut to black. Phones lit up across the newsroom. Social media exploded. Millions demanded one thing. What happened to Ethan Walker? Within minutes, Channel 7 received strict orders. Shut the story down. Don't air anything else. Management complied. But Ethan's best friend, an investigative journalist, Michael Reed, refused to let the truth die. He replayed Ethan's final freeze frame again and again, studying every detail. Ethan wasn't just scared. He was trying to warn someone. Late that night, Michael drove to the old chemical plant. The place was silent, cold, abandoned, on the outside. But inside, he found the shattered truth. Ethan's fallen microphone, harsh drag marks on the dusty floor, and piles of confidential documents scattered everywhere. Michael picked them up, and his stomach dropped. The plant had never shut down. It was secretly dumping toxic waste across nearby neighborhoods for years. Children had gotten sick. Families had moved away. Records were falsified. Inspections were paid off. Ethan had walked straight into the evidence the company, and certain officials, would do anything to erase. This was why the protesters feared talking. This was why the broadcast froze. This was why the orders came so quickly. They thought taking Ethan would end everything. But they didn't expect Michael. The next evening, Michael walked into the studio, took Ethan's old seat, and went live on national television. His voice shook, but he spoke anyway. He exposed everything Ethan had died trying to reveal. Across America, people watched in disbelief, anger, heartbreak, and awe. For the first time since Ethan vanished, the whole country went silent. The kind of silence that comes before a storm. Ethan's final message echoed across every screen. Truth doesn't die on live TV, unless we let it.